Welcome back to you, Pumpkin. We have crypto's juiciest news here. And of course, we're going to start by pumping the music because I've had enough of this trash, okay? Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Brad Garlicbread, he made a statement. He said that the corrupt SEC has actually surrendered to XRP and the crypto industry itself, which is fantastic to hear. But first, friends, we're going to quickly have a look. You know, Bitcoin's price, $29,700. I am enjoying the fact that September was green and Rocktober is also green. I love to see this because we did some stats. We saw that. I know this is crazy, friends. It's the seasons and the weather and the rain and the sun. But when we have a green September, we then have a finishing green quarter, which is an enormous one. Huge. So, but, you know, that's in the past, friends. We can't go off the few data points. And, of course, we're always willing to, like, just every day we wake up, we're like, if crypto's down 70% tomorrow, we don't even care. We know. You know, obviously we care. But we're like, I'm not surprised. The whole thing's a freaking scam, Ponzi piece of trash anyway. We need the prices to return. You go down so much, you don't even make up for it. So that's what we all feel right now. You know, we can have a look at the weekly super trend. I know that because you're a super friend. Weekly super trend. Look at this weekly candle, by the way, of Bitcoin. It is nicely traversing back to where Roca Negra ETF. Just to let you know, okay? You see this green candle pump? This was Roca Negra filing the ETF. And up here was Lizardman Fink saying, oh, Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to change the world. They go, people are passionate about it. People are love it. People are... He was just licking away. Bang! We freaking got dumped on, didn't they? By the way, I know you enjoy getting dumped on, friends, but let's put some interlude music just to get us going. Let's go, friends. I've had enough of this trash. All right? We are back in the range. Interlude music for back in the range. We need to get to $32,000 and finish there. If we can actually, I don't know, but psychologically, we're already there. Just to let you know. If you go back to my videos in September, I was saying, if we can get back around this $28,000 zone, it would be psychologically helpful. And look what happened. We did. We got back to $28,000 zone, and it was enough for people to get excited. Now we're in the $30,000 zone. $30,000 is a nice round number. If we can finish a week up there, I think that's the launch pad we need. Just think about $30,000. By the way, Michael Saylor now break even. Isn't it fantastic to see? But El Salvador needs 40K. Are we going to get it? I guess we'll find out soon. This is the stock market, by the way. Very important. Look at it on a monthly. See, friends, I want to tell you something. You see how we're like watching this in slow motion, the stock market. It's like, oh my God, you're going to crash to zero. So many times I will see this chart and go, oh, but you're going to go down all the way. No. You know what goes all the way, friends? That's right. You do. Nah, family-friendly show. Let's take that back. You know what else goes all the way? Crypto. Crypto goes all the way. Not just the tip. Because crypto, hyper volatile, everybody's schizophrenic on illicit substances. They're smoking, they're ejecting, they're snorting, they're doing absolutely everything. They're even using the tattoo creams. Like, bro, it's okay to be sober for a month or 3. You know what I mean? Crypto goes down a lot once you have these red candles. This is monthly, by the way. Stock market doesn't do that. For example, look at this. Do you remember this? September last year. Look at this. We closed a red month. I remember all the TA experts, or you know these experts who come out, they pretend to be like, they're just like, oh, I'm full of myself. They're anti-PulseChain, anti-HEX, anti-real DeFi. They're anti-ChainLink, which is anti-bug eater DeFi. They're just anti-everything, and they say, oh, by the way, come and sign up for my leverage trading exchange. Oops, did we go to zero? They were all saying, oh, yeah, this is the worst monthly close for the S&P 500. Go back and listen to them. Every single freaking one of them. By the way, do you know what was down here? This was the high print for the US KIPI, otherwise known as the CPI, the Consumer Poop Index. The high print was right here. Go back to my freaking Twitteroonies. What was I saying? I was saying the market price is in the future and it bottoms out on the very bad news. The baddest of baddest news. There's nothing more bad than this KIPI. Bang. And look what happened. Oh, reverse. See that? We closed the month through. So the S&P 500, you can't predict it, all right? Don't even try to. No one knows what they're doing, all right? All we know is this is the only way you can predict the S&P 500. It's like, okay, you kind of turned here, so you're probably going to kind of keep turning. That's all we can predict. The kind of and the maybe and the turns. That's why it's super important we stick to crypto. We understand the emotional cycles, because the government and all the big money, they're not fully in yet. When they're in, they're going to start doing the manipulation part where they're going to have to print currency to kind of save it because they don't want everyone to go to zero. But by the time that happens, I promise you, all the gains are gone. Luckily, the gains aren't gone yet. There's a lot of friendship to continue. By the way, ChainLink as well. We did flip that $8 zone a few weeks ago. We are around $7.50. I mean, we got a long way to go, friends. Just to let you know, it's like, look, friends, I want ChainLink to hit $400. All right, I want it to hit there. But if you say to me, hey, I can see your future, I've got your crystal balls in both my hands, I will say, please don't squash them, friends. And I'll also ask you, please, tell me what the future is. And if you tell me ChainLink goes $88 and then comes back down like that, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. So if you do that, it's about a 9, 10x around here. And then you do the whole, let's drop 80% because crypto's a freaking scam. If we do that and then we kind of continue up, I won't be surprised if that's the chart. By the way, this is not just ChainLink. Remember, all of these is all altcoins. And this is Bitcoin stopping at 80,000. Bitcoin come back to 30,000. And then we break the high before the Bitcoin halving. Remember, this is 2028 here. Look at this. This is where the Bitcoin halving would be here. So just draw a big line. Bitcoin halving would be there. So you breaking the high before the Bitcoin halving, why do I feel this would happen? It would trap so many people. They would leverage up here. They'd get out and they say, oh my gosh, okay, the time to buy is 6 months before the Bitcoin halving. But then how do they get screwed? Well, if the bear market just continues going up, and by the time we're 6 months before the Bitcoin halving, we're at a new high. And that'll get them trapped all over again. You see what I mean? That's how I can see it playing out. And you might think, oh, well, doesn't that mean we all win? Let me remind you of something, okay? It's not, we don't all win. Why? Because if you go to 2028 and you go back, okay, that is, oh my gosh. Okay, congratulations. It took you 2,500 days to get to your friendship zone. That's a long time, man. 7, 8 years. That's for all the altcoins as well. So this is a scenario I give 70% chance to. 70%. What's the other 30%? The other 30% is we actually go up, hit $304, and we come back down. Maybe we do this, but I don't know if we're going to get that, man. That's just, we need a lot of money, man. 400 billion market cap for ChainLink. Like, I believe ChainLink can do it, but I want to ask you, Bitcoin has to be like 400,000. Bitcoin has to be like 8 trillion market cap. That's about 400K. My gosh, that means Ethereum has to be 40K, $40,000 ETH, which is a 4 trillion market cap. Like, oh man, that's just, it's too much for me to swallow in the next couple of years, to be honest. We'll have to think about that later on. But hey, we got to play for that. We hope that happens, but just don't set your expectations there. But what you can set your expectations to is PulseChain, real DeFi friends. PulseChain, around 50% below day one sack. It's moved up. I like green candles, opposite of red. We also have PulseX as well. PulseX, I'm going to put on a weekly chart just to share with you. It's the same thing too. PulseX to flip on the weekly super trend has got to get to this, around 60% below day one sack. About a bit less than, about 63% below day one sack. So you need about another 3x. That's just to let you know. So what does this mean? It means if you were a trader, a macro trader with a big fund, and you wanted to move a lot of size, and you're waiting for your indicator to flip, you're going to wait another 3x. Then it flips. Then you would begin buying. You go, okay, I can see we have some bullish momentum here. So we're still in the deep depression zone. If I had money coming into DCA, and I'm out here like you guys wondering which one do I buy, I would just be getting or not even thinking about it. It's clearly pure depression. A lot of people looking at the recent HEX rally, this little move at the bottom, by the way, this is the orange line here. So you can actually do the little line here, line about 100%. It's still very low, man. We're still down 98, 99%. We're not even anywhere near something which could remotely be kind of near the average. That's how far away we are. I've even shown you, I'll show you again. This is the total HEX combined price. We still need a 2x from here just to get to the all-time median. We need a 4x to get to the all-time average. So you're not even buying the average. You're not even anywhere near the average. Like, it's, I'm not going to say the words free money because everything can go to zero, of course, but like, this is what you want. Like, you want to ask me, okay, you're in depression, you got DCA bullets, there is a strong community backing everything, and minus 99% wasn't enough to wipe us out. It's a strength. This is a strength, man. And don't forget that, friends. So, you know, that was my second news point, by the way. So HEX pumped 100%. We just saw that. And also show you, right? Brad Garlicbread said the corrupt SEC surrenders the XRP. This is actually his statement. Okay? He says, today was an even better day. Ripple 3, corrupt SEC 0. In all seriousness, Chris and I were targeted by the SEC in a ruthless attempt to personally ruin us and the company so many have worked hard to build over a decade. Yes, God bless them, friends. I know. Ripple community, all right. Yes, you love XRP being dumped in your face. That's okay. Some people are into that. Some people are also into golden showers. Me, I like it when they don't do it. But you know what I mean? Everyone's got their own different flavor. Some people like chocolate ice cream with peanuts. I'm not a nut guy in my chocolate ice cream. Okay? I don't like the nuts. I like them separately. The corrupt SEC repeatedly kept its eye off the ball while secretly meeting with the likes of Soy Bankman-Fried, failing again and again to protect US consumers and businesses. How many millions of taxpayer dollars here were wasted? Feels good to be finally vindicated. Cheer it on, Mr. Bradley. Bradley Garlicbread is definitely cheering it on. His statement here, it relates to HEX and PulseChain and PulseX community real DeFi because it increases the probability that the corrupt SEC is going to be interpreted by the judge as a corrupt piece of trash that has a barbed whip on their hand and they're just whipping poor men and poor women and squirrels and ducks and pups. Okay, and squirrels, all of them, everybody in the forest, friends, all the forest friends. So this increases the probability of a win. Hopefully, as more of this stuff comes out, we get to see more movement of Pulse back towards that day one sack price. Don't forget the other bullish undertones. So all these other news, you got China's yuan has now beaten the euro. It's now second place for volume based off Swift. That's huge. China might be where the bull market, or Asia, probably just Asia itself, might be where the next bull market themes come from. Justin Sun believes that. I've made videos about that. Made videos that you like, subscribe, belly button, all to. Made videos talking about this. The Justin Sun that really believes it might come from there. And that's just something we're going to, just keep in the back of our mind. So we also have Copers are still hopeful for Bitcoin ETF approval. I'd like to remind you, if you were to ask me, okay, replay this out, I would prefer the ETF approved literally somewhere in 2025 so I can just sell. I just want that obvious sell signal. We'll see how it turns out. Also, Uncle Joe Biden has asked Congress for $75 billion, Ukraine and Israel. So the government, they're playing the games, friends. They got a strategy. I know they got a long-term strategy. They're trying to keep that CPI headline down, that inflation down, that kippy. But they're also going to print money still. Of course, they're doing it, all right? So we have this guy here. I love looking at this picture. Look, a lot of these things are just showing us we aren't that unique and different. That's why you got to pick communities who are strong. Sleep comfortably when you hold strong community coins. This is a capybara. Look, I get abused every day. All right, I get a bit like, this down 99% every day, friends. I'm not joking, abuse. Like I get violent threats abuse. And I'm telling you, if a minus 99.5% drop wasn't enough to kill you, then what is? Okay, you've tested everything. There's nothing left. But there's still 140 to 180 promoters, content creators out here. Like the fundamentals are just too strong. The megaphone is too big now. That's why, look, as soon as this starts popping up, real DeFi alert, reporting on HEX from Ethereum. We've even got different links you can buy them, friends. You can buy them on, if you're listening out there, a lot of people have troubles. Swap.cow.fi, which is cow swap. Or you can do swap.hedron.pro or go to 1inch. This is for non-US citizens. Or you can use PulseX swap. So it's just fantastic to see that they're still there. The megaphone's still there. Isn't this what you want? We're like, okay, show me something where everybody's been tested. Like, think about it. Richard Hart's gone. We're down 99.5%. We're still here. We're still here. Like, it's imagine you got in the ring, you knocked out this fighter, you hit him in the head like 15 times, you knock him out, he falls to the floor, and then he get back up. And then you knock him out again in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, he's still getting back up. Just think about that. He still gets up. Like, you know what I mean? You got to think of it from a position of strength now. Also, some cute TA just to remind you. So HEX from Ethereum, right? Even though it's up at 2x, and we have dropped minus 99.5% from the top, even if someone buys EHEX after it goes another 700% from here. That's right. That'll be a 14 to 16x from the low. Even if you buy that, you are still buying minus 90% from the top. That's how much of a discount it is. So I'm not saying to do that. Absolutely not. Not a financial advisor. Go speak to one, go buy bonds, see how that works out. I don't want anything to do with that, but I'm just telling you, like, when something's cheap, you have a lot of room for error. A lot. You can just market buy anything for a long time. Look, and I thought, by the way, yes, I know, I thought this was cheap at 3 cents. It went down more. So, but hey, you don't really know. What if HEX, I know this is crazy, what if HEX ends back up at 50 cents in 24 months? Well, then it's not going to look great. That's what you're playing for. A lot of people think, okay, oh, you said to buy, but then it went down. Yeah, who the hell cares, man? All these people ignored stuff that went up too. Doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. No, it just means that there's a lot more randomness in the short term than we think. I also want to end on this very cute note, friends. You know what? We're going to play some angel music, okay? Just to let you know. PulseX is real DeFi. So I noticed the logo, the logo for PulseX is also used by 23andMe, which is like the draconian evil DNA ancestry testing. Now, no one knew at the start they're meant to be this evil DNA testing, but it didn't take a genius to figure out, like, that's very weird. You're really pushing for us to give our DNA out. It's so obvious. Population control, collecting data on everyone for 20 years, etc. Well, here's the thing. It got hacked. It actually got hacked. Hacker leaks millions more 23andMe user records on cybercrime forum. So, it's funny. I think what happened was they were given funding by the government or the CIA. Hey, collect data on everybody. We're going to give you like 20 years and then we'll just leave you alone. We'll see you back in 20 years. So they didn't pay too much attention to the DNA and all the biometrics and all the information in there because the government's like, yeah, it's going to take like 20 years to collect everyone's data so that we can really do everything, everyone. And there you go. They do have the PulseX logo. So here I am. I was making a joke for it, just having fun. Okay. After sampling over 100,000 US citizens, they concluded that Homo sapiens enjoy real DeFi. HEX, PulseX. Using the PulseX logo to pump their bags. We're all having fun here. Don't forget. We are waiting for higher prices. We are getting that. We've got a green September and a green October. The only secret to markets is positioning. And guess what? Everybody is still positioned on the sidelines. We will know when they're going to flip bullish. I'll tell you. You'll know it. You'll feel it. Okay? It might be the peanut brain zone up here. But hey, fingers crossed we get there soon. It's going to be a while. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. I'm going to catch you very soon.